How's it, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Grid. I am Bangahz. It's me, Brayden, again, with my brother here, Jake. Say hello to the people.
Hey, how's it?
And, it's week 14, I
Yeah.
believe. Week 14 wraps up. You all know, been tough week for us again. Going 0-3. Bryson, sadly not here. We'll be back soon. Hope he enjoys his trip. But yeah, let's just dive into this week's games. First game, we got the Buccaneers taking down the Falcons 29-25. I'll throw this one over to you. Didn't see too much of this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was another close division game. I think last time they played, it was the same thing where it came down to the last drive. Obviously, Atlanta won last time in Tampa Bay. This time it was in Atlanta, and Baker Mayfield drove them down the field, and they ended up getting that game-winning touchdown. So, touchdown? Yeah. Sorry, I'm blanking out. Okay,
Yeah,
actually, yes, touchdown, right?
yeah.
Last
Game
time
winning
was a,
touchdown.
I think last time was a field goal. I'm sorry, I'm mixing that up. But yeah, I think they had the chances earlier on. Mike Evans missed out an opportunity to score to bring them up, but it didn't matter. Basically, that Bucks offense just drove down the field and got the job done. So I don't got much there. Just great job from the Bucks, and Baker Mayfield is continuing to have a solid year.
Yeah, Willie Baker played pretty good game. At least that's wise. No picks. Always huge. Never to turn the ball over. But yeah, huge game for Rashad White. I know he had over 100 yards on the ground and even was great in the passing game. So really great for fantasy owners. If you had him, definitely helped me a little bit. But yeah, congrats to the Bucks. Sitting on top of their division now at 6-7, which is crazy because they're going to host a playoff game with that record, but still a close one. I think everyone in that division is 6-7 except the Panthers. So
Yeah, it's still alive for those three teams. So we'll find out.
yeah, we're really ugly, but no one's going to get a playoff berth and a home game. But yeah, not much from that game. Bucks taking care of business. But moving on to the next one, we have the Bengals taking out the Colts, 34-14. Big win for the Bengals, still keeping their playoff hopes alive. I know without Joe Burrow, it's kind of dead for at least the Super Bowl wise, but I think this team's been looking good. I mean, beat the Jaguars last week, and now being the Colts, they look like a good team. Jake Browning had a pretty good game. Main thing is not turning over the ball. Defense is stepping up. I feel like that Bengals defense steps up more when they're needed rather than when Joe Burrow's playing well. They just, I guess, lay off a little bit. But great win by the Bengals and keeping their dreams alive. And Colts, just tough loss, but still in the playoff hunt, still tight in the AFC. So yeah,
Yeah, Browning is playing great, obviously. Won last week in Monday Night Football. Now they're on a two win streak with Browning, so he's playing great ball. It's great to have just good quarterback play from your backup. So uh, we might be picking the Bengals more often in our picks after this. It's not, they're still able to run the offense. Jamar Chase isn't getting the ball as much. It's looking like Joe Mixon is definitely relied upon more now. But regardless, that team is just doing good. So props to Browning and even Zach Taylor for just keeping the ship afloat.
yeah, totally agree with you. I mean, it's gonna be kind of I gotta look at the contract and everything, but maybe he starts looking for a starting job somewhere else. I know he's been sometimes happy with backups. I want to get once they get that like few games where they played well, they try to get out, get that starting spot. So I don't know. He seems like he'd be a starter somewhere with how the QB play has been this week year as a whole.
He might. He very might. We'll find out. I think it's maybe another year, just like last year. See a bunch of QBs moving around, another QB carousel. So we'll see, because Gardner Minshew, right across from him, is in that mix too. Possibly getting another job, or at least a bridge quarterback. So we'll see. But yeah, Bengals looks like their playoff hopes are still alive. If they'll make it in, we'll find out. But great win.
Definitely, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that QB carousel. when the season ends. I know plenty of QBs in the draft too, so definitely some people won't be getting jobs. So keep an eye on that when the season ends. But until now, we still got more football, and we'll move on to the next one. We got the Texans taking. Oh no, not Texans. Jets taking down the Texans, 30-6. Throw this one over to you. Kind of the bigger question of the day.
Yeah, I think obviously we all picked the Texans. I think we all thought, I think we expected the offense to struggle a little bit, but I think we thought the Texans defense would be able to step up. Looks like they weren't able to. Zach Wilson just he just had a good day, honestly. I don't know what his numbers look like as on his career as a whole, but it looks like this could have been his best game, and they brought him back in, named him the starter after benching him a few weeks ago. It looks like he just came back in and balled out, honestly. I think he had like 2 touchdowns, 300 yards. Just played
Yep.
mistake-free football. So complimentary football, and then that defense really just continuing to just rattle opposing quarterbacks, always just putting them in a bad position. So yeah, great win from the Jets, and for the Texans, they're really going through it right now. More injuries piling up. Nico Collins left the game, and then CJ Stroud ended up getting hurt as well. So more to follow during the week if either of those injuries are if they're serious or if they're not as insignificant if they'll be back next week. So, but overall, good win from the Jets. Hopefully, Zach Wilson can keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, at least on defense, Jets have been playing great all season. So, I mean, they had just slimmer of offense. They'd probably be sitting in the playoffs right now. Probably top wild card team in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, they've been holding these quarterbacks to nothing. I mean, CJ Stroud ended the game with 91 yards left in the fourth. I kind of get it though. With like you said, Nico Collins going out, you already lost Tank Dell last week for the season. Kind of running out of options.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Noah Brown didn't do much today. I
Did he play
don't think
today?
he did anything.
I'm not
I
even
thought
sure
he
if he.
played.
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he did come back, but
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think he did. I had him in fantasy, but I saw he dropped his. Maybe he
oh,
didn't. At least he didn't have a target.
I
But
dropped him in
yeah,
fantasy. So.
I'm keeping him just because Tank Dell went down, and that offense is hot. So anything, take anything. But yeah, just huge injuries. I think Dalton Schultz missed the game, so it's another one of their pass catchers. But Jets look good. Like you said, I think this might be one of Zach Wilson's best games of his career, at least top three. Clean game, no mistakes, took care of business, and yeah, I'm happy for that for the Steelers' sake because we're still in the playoff picture because of this win. But yeah, uh, great one by the Jets. Definitely the upset of the day in my opinion. Just especially with the score being how it is. Yeah. Moving on to another upset of the day. With the Bears taking out the Lions 28-13. Um, Lions look like they came to play. I mean, Bears just didn't. They had the good run game, but Jared Goff just didn't look great today. Multiple turnovers, and we kind of said their success runs comes from running the ball and playing defense, and you can't give the ball over. That's what Jared Goff did today. Jahmyr Gibbs them had a great game, or David Montgomery had a great game on the ground, but yeah, DJ Moore had a better game, one rushing, one receiving, and Justin Fields looked better today. Looked a lot better since coming back from his injury. So yeah, great win for the Bears, especially I don't know how much they're fighting for this deep in the season already with how their season went, but yeah, always great to take down a division rival.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just one of those bad performances by Jared Goff, uh, turning the ball over 3 or 4 times. I think he had 3 interceptions. I think maybe a fumble too, but really, I think that kind of hurt them the most. Just turning the ball over, and then uh, Justin Fields really just shining today. Picking up from last week, just kind of doing it all, legs, throwing it downfield to DJ Moore. Didn't really matter. He was just getting the job done and just pretty much putting the Lions up against the wall. Trying to fight back. Lions pretty much couldn't come back from it. It just seems like when all the expectations are on the Bears in the beginning of the season to do good, or if when we're expecting them to win games, they don't. But now that they're like out of that playoff picture, I mean, I don't know if they technically are, but you know what I mean. Like when we're not expecting them to make the playoffs, when we're expecting them to lose games at this point, it's when now they're showing up. They're on a roll now. I don't know. It's just weird. It's kind of weird, but that's what it's looking like at least right now with Justin Fields having a monster day.
Yeah, I think he did this last season too. I mean, toward the end of the season when all hopes were dead, that's when he kind of just went on that rushing tear. And
Yeah, I
great in fantasy, looks great just for football, just the stats he's putting up. But yeah, it's just only at the end of the season when they playing for nothing.
It's exactly like last year. I had him last year, and the only difference was they lost all those games. Right? Every time he went off, he lost all those games. Maybe he might be winning these games now. It's at least two. Two where he's had good performances. So we'll see if DJ Moore is the difference maker to um, secure those wins for them.
And for Bears fans, I'm just gonna say hopefully Justin Fields is the answer because the way he plays at the end of the season just keeps saying give him one more year. I feel like, especially now that they're winning games, they're moving themselves out of kind of that high pick. So
At least with their second one. Yeah.
yeah, so looks like they're out of the race for a quarterback, and I don't see them trading up when they have Justin Fields unless they get rid of him. But
I still got
yeah,
the
he's
Panthers pick.
huh? Oh yeah, they have the Panthers. Oh, I forgot about
It's
that. I
just
keep
yeah.
forgetting. Dumb trade, but yeah. Okay, maybe never take that back. But he's been looking good, so be curious to see what they do with that pick. But yeah, move on to the next one. Another NFC divisional battle with the Saints taking out the Panthers 28-6. Throw this one over to you.
I mean, despite what the score said, Derek Carr didn't really play that great of a game. This is a game obviously we all expected the Saints to win. I think by the score, just score. I don't know. I feel like the scoreboard doesn't really tell the whole story. Um, I don't know if it's has to do with his health or if it's just playing bad. Maybe it's both, but I think right now we know Derek Carr is definitely not the answer. I think maybe we kind of knew that before this season, but I don't know. Good win, obviously. It doesn't matter, how you play as long as you get the win. That's what matters. But in their case, I really don't know what Saints fans are cheering for. If they're cheering to get in or if they're cheering to just, I guess, punt to the next season, kind of clean house. I really don't know what Saints fans are looking at. Probably gotta ask Isaiah on that one, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's time to start Jameis. Maybe I'm just saying that because, well, we love Jameis.
Yeah, we definitely love Jameis. Yeah, I won't even lie, I didn't see pretty much any of this game, but it was very confusing because all over Instagram and all that, I just kept saying Derek Carr gets yelled by linemen, fans booing Derek Carr, and then I look at the score and it's 28-6 and they win. I'm like, well, it was weird. It sounded like it was a really weird game, but they were going against the Panthers. Seemed like they had more chances to put a big uh, more points in that game. But yeah, Derek Carr, I'm gonna put it on. He's playing through an injury. I think Derek Carr is a decent quarterback, not upper end, but he seems like that Stafford kind of Big Ben, Josh Allen type of they'll play through those injuries and for better or for worse. I think this is for worse, especially season's kind of. I mean, they're still in the fight for their division, but it's like I don't know. I think Derek Carr needs to play. Sees it as a need to play because I mean, like we said, it's a three-way tie. So yeah, weird to see what the Saints are doing. Weird to see what anyone's in that division's doing, honestly, because none of them deserve to be in the playoffs, but one of them are. So, but it looks like all of them should clean house, really. At least, I mean, the Falcons should, coaching wise, and I think the Bucks have the most, but I still think they're missing too much, in my opinion. But yeah, definitely. It's gonna be weird in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to another one of those weird games. We got the Vikings getting very low scoring, close win over the Raiders, 3-0. Um, you took the last one, right?
Yeah. But
Okay, I'll take this one. It's not much to talk about this game. Really, not much got going for either of the offenses. As much as we love Joshua Dobbs and we've been cheering for him all season, it wasn't a great game by him again. And they decided to go with Jaron Hall. And in the small amount of time he had, he got that one drive going, the only drive of the game that led to points, got a field goal out of it. And yeah, that was pretty much the game. I don't know, not too much to talk about, just no offense and one drive came out with points. And now there's a QB question, and oh, and Justin Jefferson, huge injury, getting hurt again, sadly. First game back, he was looking good in the beginning of the game, and yeah, just went out. But not much to say on these two teams, in my opinion.
not really. Just Josh Dobbs put Justin Jefferson back in the hospital. Yeah, he just threw him a hospital ball, and yeah, as soon as he came back, just got hurt again. Sadly, hopefully he's fine. But yeah, it's not ideal game. Honestly, I picked the Raiders to win, and score was just 3-0. So I was just like shaking my head because did not expect that. I don't think anybody did. Yeah, I don't have much for this game really. Just it is what it is. 3-0.
Yeah, I was close to looking up if it went scoreless for just a little bit longer. I was about to look up if there was ever a game that ended 0-0 because I would have believed it would have been that one.